My goal was to make $100 grand a year. I was selling my school lunch. I was leasing sports equipment. I leased X-rated videos in the school.
Where did that get to in its peak success?
And I started a side hustle, which was digital marketing from my bedroom. Within 3 days, someone sent me a check for $10,000. But unfortunately, I slept with my business partner and things went to pretty quick. A few years after starting the business, it almost collapsed because I was lazy. I sold that business in 2017 for 39 mil. Everyone can be an entrepreneur. It wouldn't want to be. It's not for everyone. It's hard.
Potty fam, I'm your host, Jane Lou, and welcome to the Lazy CEO podcast. Today, I'm chatting with Nick Bell. Yes, one of the shiny new sharks on our new season of Shark Tank Australia. Nick is the founder of First Page and 10 other businesses. Off the back of his first failed business, Nick started again from his bedroom in 2008. Since then, he's expanded his business into software development, reputation repair, digital marketing, branding, longevity, and offshore labor hire. Nick has scaled to over 1,900 staff members and turning over $200 million in revenue. Wow. Welcome to the pod.
Jane, thanks for having me. And how lucky am I to be on the Lazy CEO podcast?
Yes,
this is a highlight of my week.
Oh,
yeah, forget Shark Tank.
Forget
this
Shark
is
Tank. That's launching tomorrow. Oh, I don't know when this is airing, but anyway. Yes, and then we've got a big party tonight.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it. It's going to be fun.
And we will share our first drink together.
Yes, we will. Our first glass of wine together.
Nick is back on the wagon.
Yeah, it's been 12 months off the booze and yeah, back on as of this week.
Are you looking forward to tonight?
I am. Yeah. I'm not going to, I'll tell you what though, I'm going to hate watching
it?
myself on screen. Like I get cringy when I'm like, I can't watch it. So
I know. It's so cringe.
I'm going to walk outside while it's airing.
I'll tell you one thing though. I have to say that the editing is better than I think. Like I was so scared last year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they make me sound way more coherent than I actually am.
What, they slow it down? What do? They slow it down?
It's just like bits and pieces. It's like, I feel like.
The power of editing.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
good.
Like I sound terrible otherwise, but like, yeah, I think it's like sound bites.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Think of it
Thank
that way.
God. It's going to be good though.
It'll be great. Yeah. So, okay, we are trying this new segment. This is the latest.
At the moment, I'm going to bring up something that is the latest. A new law in Australia grants workers the right to disconnect after hours as of August 2024. Workers can refuse to engage in work-related communication unless urgent or compensated for extra time. This law aims to improve work-life balance, especially in the age of remote work. What are your thoughts on this?
I didn't know that.
Well, yes, but I thought this was already the law. I didn't know we could just keep messaging after hours. I feel like I missed out before this law. I should have just
I do message people if it's an emergency. Like if shit's going.
Oh yeah, of course. I think that's
going bad and then the website's offline or whatever.
I don't think the law is like you can't message people.
No.
Surely not in emergencies.
I read about this in a digestible way.
Oh wow.
Who needs to understand it.
Is it about overtime?
It's about like overtime, but it's more so for non-emergency things. So there are circumstances where you are on call. So for example, we work in social media. There are moments where you've got to be ready to react.
Yeah,
because otherwise,
absolutely.
Caitlin jokes that she'll be like walking down the aisle and accepting joint posts for me.
Collaboration posts. Jane will call me
post.
when I'm walking down the aisle and be like, "Oh my God, I've just had this amazing idea. I need to tell you right now before I forget."
I don't know about your guys, but my guys rarely work overtime.
No, we
unless,
don't.
Unless it's an emergency.
Yeah, I think we're in different.
Well-rounded.
We're in different industries. I think this is great. So Waldy used to working in investment banking. I remember the nights when. Once he came home at 8 a.m. and he went back to work at 9 a.m. I was like, why did you even come home?
Was he working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He came home, crashed, overslept. He was meant to go back at 9. He overslept till 10.
But that's investment banking. That's a whole different beast.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know that rule anyway. But like, for example, I might message my EA on a Sunday, but I don't expect her to reply until Monday. But I email her or message her just saying, because I don't forget the message.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Jane
Emails
loves
are
a
easy.
scheduled send.
That's the thing. I love, but if you use Slack, you can schedule send. So it's like, whilst you might not get messages in the middle of the night, you might get spammed at 9 a.m.
I always say, I'm like, please don't schedule them. I just want you to send them as you think.
She doesn't want to get spammed at 9 a.m.
Well, what you can do.
8:59, I'm just waiting for all.
She's like, here they come.
What you can do is just turn your phone off though. Like at 8 o'clock every night, my phone is off.
I've got focus modes to make sure I don't do much.
What's focus modes?
There's like, you've got to know and stuff. You can make certain ones for certain things.
Do you leave your phone next to your bedside table?
Yeah.
On?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's on sleep mode though. He's like, you're going to die.
Yeah, that's bad.
Well, I fall asleep watching things and like listening to things.
That's so bad.
That will harm us out.
Yeah, that's because all the radiation from the phone.
Yeah.
You don't want that anywhere near your
Past
head.
that. I'm radiated.
I'm already. Well, back to you, Nick. So tell me, that was fun. Was that fun? Hey, Potty Fan, let us know if you like this new thing we're doing. We're just trying new things. Let us know. If you don't like it, don't tell us in the reviews. Just DM me, okay?
Yeah, don't leave
If you like it, tell me in the reviews. So,
If you leave a 1-star review, I'll just remove it anyway.
oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is one of Nick's businesses.
Yeah, we can remove unwanted content.
Yeah.
And we do thousands of reviews every single month.
So bring it on.
Yeah,
Don't
leave it. No,
challenge, because then
please
I
don't
just have to
leave a
give more money to Nick. Okay, so tell me, where does your journey start?
Journey probably started in high school when I was trying to save enough money to move to London when I was 18. So I was selling my school lunch. I was leasing sports equipment. I was selling
Selling your school lunch.
Yeah, I was fasting before it was fashionable. So I didn't eat any lunch at all, and I'd sell my school lunch. I would lease X-rated videos to other boys in the school.
Hustler.
Yeah, I was hustling heaps, and I made about $20,000 in high school just from all this. And then I had enough money. I moved to London for a while, and then came back and then started a skincare business at age 24. Did that for 4 years.
Where did that get to in its peak success?
Nowhere. It was an online business, but unfortunately, I slept with my business partner, and things went pretty quick. And then I was like, shit, this is at age 28. I'm like, I need to get a job because I was broke, or I need to start another business. And I started a side hustle, which was digital marketing from my bedroom. And thankfully, within 3 days, someone sent me a check for $10,000. Yeah, I was like, oh, here we go. This is the most money I've seen in 4 years.
Yeah.
And then the business went bananas after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you know how to do digital marketing?
So what I did initially is I would cold call businesses in Auckland. And then once I'd done that, I'll cold call businesses in the east coast of Australia. So I do Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide during the day, and then I'd finish on Perth in the evening. And I'd choose an industry every single day. So I didn't mind making sales calls. I could sell, but I couldn't do the work. So I would do the account management, do the finance, do the sales, and then I would outsource the work to India initially.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I know. It was
that's pretty brilliant.
No, I had no choice.
Yeah.
I had no choice. And then I'd do that initially, and then once I got enough money, I hired people internally.
Yeah.
And then the rest is, So it was just me from my bedroom, and then once I got the money, things just went crazy.
Wow.
So it was completely unexpected.
That's a real confidence game to be like.
It is a confidence game, and my goal was to make $100,000 a year. If I made $100,000 a year income, I was going to be set for life.
Oh my God, that's my thing with that. Yeah, I wanted to make what I was making in accounting, so like 60.
Yeah.
And then just be like, at least I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you made 100, like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
And then you get to a million, you go, what's after that? And then just, your targets keep getting bigger and bigger.
What was the biggest hurdle to get over to get the business up and running? Like, what was the hardest part?
Hardest part to get business was staff. Because initially I had no experience in hiring people. And when I hired a few people at the start, it was make or break because I put all my money into these people, as you are well aware. And if the person was crap, then you'd waste a ton of money and you basically start from scratch again.
Yeah.
And I hired a few frogs before I found my prince. So, I think it was staff initially. And then the issue I started making a lot of money very quickly. So I went from making no money to a few million profit within a year or two. And then the issue with that is from no money to a lot of money, I was a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
So I was going out, spending all this money on friends and blah, blah, blah. And after 2 or 3 years, I got complacent because the money was just rolling in. But then the business started shrinking. And I had all these staff that weren't working. They were just partying. I was in my little office, not even working. And then the whole business almost collapsed.
The corner office.
Yeah, at the corner office. And in 2012, a few years after starting the business, it almost collapsed because I was I was fucking lazy.
You took your eyes off the ball.
Yeah, the lazy CEO. I was a lazy CEO. And I took my eyes off the ball, and then luckily I turned it around.
Why was the business shrinking?
I hired too many people, staff weren't even turning up to work. So they'll come in at say 11 a.m. rather than at 9 a.m. They weren't even delivering because I wasn't managing them properly. So it wasn't their fault.
Honestly, we've been through this as well. I get it. The benchmark gets lower and lower, and everyone gets dragged down by the
Yeah, so I set the standards so low, and then the standards get lower and lower. And then Monkey Do or Monkey See? And then everyone else started seeing that they can get away with it. And then everyone else started trying to get away with it.
Yeah, it's like when you get an A in an exam and all you had to do was pass, you're like, well, that was a waste of energy.
Correct. Yeah. So and then what I did was I sacked my entire sales team, sacked a few other people.
Wow.
And then I went back on the floor, got a headset, and I started making sales calls. I started doing the account management. And then that year, our revenue almost tripled that year. The revenue wasn't huge back then, but it blew up again. I'm like, thank God. Now I know I need to stay focused.
Was it hard to fire those people, or was it a bit like satisfying?
I said to one of them, I said, pardon the pun on this, I said, get the out. Because he was never showing up to work. He was a manager. I said, mate, you are done. Pardon the French, you can edit this. I said, you're done. And he goes, you can't do that. I said, I can do that. He left, and then his team left, and then...
We had someone that napped at work, and not just me. I know I have...
I don't mind a nap during lunch.
No, but like hungover nap. Showed up to work hungover, and someone had to be like, you need to go lie down.
Yeah, that's no good. No, that's no good. I must admit, though, there's been times where I've been so hungover.
No, I know. I have to.
Yeah, I want to go have a nap in the office. I'm like...
But I feel like I'm still showing up to make it there for that.
Yeah. What's the saying?
Hide.
Always show up.
Yeah.
Always show up. No matter if you're feeling a little bit sick or you're hungover, always show up.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the business turned around, and then lessons were learned from that.
Wow. Okay. And then that business you sold?
I sold that business in 2017 for 39 mil.
Wow.
Because in 2015, I would have given that business away. I was going through a bit of a hard time with the business. And I said to my wife, I said, look, I just want to get rid of this business. I'll give the keys to someone. I'll just walk out the door. Because I was getting trolled online by someone, and they were just trolling me online.
Do you know who it is?
No, they weren't even a customer, but they were just going to town on me on my business. Weren't a customer. I'm like, and I rang the guy. I said, mate, who are you? He goes, I'm a concerned citizen. I said, about what? I don't even know who you are. Anyways, he was trolling me, and then we started responding to his comments. And then the thing is, when you respond, you feed the beast. And there's nothing worse than responding to a keyboard warrior, because you make it worse. So we were responding, and then it just got worse and worse.
He's not going to be like, yeah, you're right, I'm going to stop.
Yeah, exactly. And then probably it got worse and worse online, and then our clients started seeing it, staff started seeing these comments, and people were just walking out the door. And I was like, how do I get rid of this business? Is killing me. I need to get rid of it. And then I ended up sorting it out because I just stopped responding. And then the business bounced back and then grew and then exited 2 years later. But from a negative came a positive, because I started Removify, which removes online content. And if I didn't have that experience, I never would have. I wouldn't have started this new business.
You're so glass half full. That's cool.
Yeah, it's worked out in the end.
So when you sold that business, I remember you telling me that because you had a non-compete.
Oh yeah.
And then you couldn't sit still. I'll let you tell it.
Yeah, so I had a 4-year non-compete in Australia. I said, that's cool. You've paid $39 million for it. I'll go start the same business internationally. So I basically I did Singapore, Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia, Dubai, South America.
Oh my God.
And just rinse and repeat the same model. And basically, my theory is if it works in Australia, it's going to work probably going to work in other countries. Yeah. If there's Google, because I make my money from Google. And I did that for 4 years.
Did you physically go to all those places?
You got to go there and set up, recruit, find a general manager.
And then was it hard to find the right general manager when there's a cultural difference?
Worst. Yeah, I went through so many bad GMs.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had really terrible managers before.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the
I'm
worst.
a terrible manager.
Yeah, but you hire, a good manager is someone you can trust. You know it's going to work. And the problem is when you live in a different country, there's a huge amount of trust placed in that person. Yeah. And most of these guys were getting paid 300 grand salaries and doing nothing. So anyways, I ended up finding great GMs and they've been with me for years.
Well, that's the thing. Someone at that level can be the most effective person, or they can really just ride along doing nothing because they don't actually, they just manage. They just manage.
They manage.
I'm like, are you a general manager? Or are you just managing in general?
Or they talk. But eventually they're going to come undone because the numbers don't correlate to great management.
Yeah.
And the numbers were starting to go bad. I was like, okay, you're done. But what happened one time was I had a GM in Singapore and I emailed someone saying, hey, I'm going to sack this general manager. She's terrible. And I accidentally emailed her directly, the GM. So with that message saying, I'm going to sack, her name is, I don't know, just say Kate, for example. I'm going to sack Kate. She's terrible. She's incompetent. And I accidentally emailed her directly. I was like, and as soon as I emailed, I was like, oh God, what have I done?
Oh my God.
And she rang me and she goes, Nick, I've just received your email. And I'm like, oh God, how do I get out of this one? And I just said to her, look, apologies. It wasn't meant for you, but let's have the conversation.
Yeah.
That was pretty awkward.
Oh my God. And then did you sack her?
I sacked her straight away. And then I promoted the sales manager to GM. And he's been with me for 7 years. He has equity in the company and he's great. So it worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah.
I actually think I had a general manager who was my friend and everything was great. But like one time I did actually message someone else being like, oh my God, blah, she's been so annoying. That's it. But I messaged it to her and she replied with like, am I? And I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry.
Is she still your GM?
No.
There you go.
No, never.
Yeah, there you go.
Different circumstance.
What do they say? Never hire friends.
Yeah, well, we became friends after.
So you can't work together, but you're best friends.
I tend to like latch onto people at work because you're working with them all the time.
Yeah, latch on the people.
Yeah. And there was a point where all my friends were work friends and Walter's like, do you have any friends you don't pay? I'm like, oh,
but you know
God.
what? That's what it is though. It's like friends you don't pay.
Yeah.
Like, are they being friendly with you because you pay them?
Now I'm like, I got to go make friends that I don't pay just to prove a point to Waldy.
Yeah. So
no, I'm still friends with a lot of them. The difference now is, okay, so this is the difference.
Yeah.
I came out of, before COVID, I was friends with like so many people at work.
Yeah.
I came out of COVID, having 2 kids. And then like, I think even like the teams are younger. Everyone's like 10 years younger than me now. And I'm like, hi. Like,
yeah, but they give you their youth.
Yeah.
They make you younger.
Yes, exactly. Let me suck your youth in.
Yeah, give me your youth. I used to socialize a huge amount with staff, and I don't do it much these days because it gets a bit grey sometimes. So,
well, it's really different now. I feel like I feel because the company's also much bigger than
like
at the start. There's that camaraderie of like doing it all together.
Yeah, when you're a startup, it's like, we're all besties, we're all hanging out all day, and then as things evolve, it just doesn't work out that way. So, but as long as I know you're friendly with them and you're respectful, but I'm not going to go out on a Saturday night drinking with them.
You have like a founding group of like staff that is you kind of like a band, right? Like back in the
yeah.
And there's always a point when the band
and they're
goes
loyal
separate ways.
they're loyal to you.
Yeah.
So it's important. You need to maintain that loyalty, otherwise you lose them. The business gets a bit shaky.
Anyway, how did you go from? What were the milestones that you? How did you go from like? Actually, how did you even know which countries to go in?
People always ask me, "Did you do market research?"
Yeah.
And I said, to be honest,
that'll be fun to live in for.
Yeah, but I said, where's the best parties?
Yeah.
That's how I didn't. That's all the research I did because back then I was, single. I was having a good time.
So you have an office in Colombia.
No, it's actually in Brazil.
Oh.
But I thought, where's the best, the most fun? So I started in Hong Kong because I loved Hong Kong, and then Singapore, and then other people would go, hey, can I take your concept to Thailand? So they would take my business model to Thailand. We would do, say, 50-50 split of the business, and then I would fund it, and then they would run it. So, like there was no market research, and then I kept doing the agencies, and I've now slowed down on doing agencies. I just think, the reason I've slowed down, I'm going to be not bored of them, but I've done so many now that I really want to do different things. So I'm now doing longevity.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing AI related stuff soon. I want to do things a bit more cutting edge.
There's articles that you spent $2.4 million last year or a year on longevity.
In the past 12 months, about 2.4 million.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's probably what a complete waste of cash.
So before we filmed Shark Tank, you just had a bunch of like you just went to Mexico.
Yeah,
and
so I did gene therapy in Mexico, and I did therapies basically for memory improvement, for strength and bone density, and to increase the length of my telomeres, which is related to longevity. Was it worth? That was $1 million. Was it worth $1 million? Probably not. So
okay. Well, it's a luxury. You've got the luxury to find out. Okay, where'd you? Okay. Okay. So since then, I have tried to read that Peter Attia.
Peter Attia.
Attia book.
It's dry though.
Outlive. Well, that I couldn't. So I got the audiobook.
Yeah.
And then I've been listening to it.
It's a long read.
It's tough. It's too technical.
Yeah.
It's because I think I overheard you and Robert talking about it, and then my mother-in-law, who's a GP, she came over just after Shark Tank, and she was talking about it. I'm like, all right, you three are like my echo chamber now, so I'm like, better read this book. Couldn't, but I have more of an idea in this space.
You're pretty healthy generally.
Yeah, especially all things considering.
In Shark Tank, we were pretty sick.
Oh yeah.
We were.
Oh my God. I know. I was like, before Shark Tank, I was getting facials, trying to get look nice. And then the whole time I kept blowing my nose. I had the crustiest it was just gross.
No.
And my eyes were leaking.
Yeah,
I had
same.
20 tissues behind me. You were coughing yourself to death.
Oh, remember the cookie?
The cookie.
The cookie got me.
Yeah.
The cookie got me. But I had tissue stuffed in the pockets.
Oh my God.
Day one of Shark Tank. I don't know what happened, but I was sick as a dog.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what timing for this? And
at least we didn't get COVID. Our producer got COVID the first week.
Did you test?
I actually did.
I didn't test.
Yeah.
You haven't got COVID, you don't test. But I don't think I got COVID. But I was super sick, and then I'm like, and then Maxine got it.
Yeah.
And then you got it. Sorry, but hopefully it wasn't for me.
Oh.
Who knows?
Oh, well.
Anyways, we got through it.
When I look at my crusty face on TV, I can blame me now. So, okay, where did you spend the other 1.4 million?
So I bought some equipment for the house. I bought a hybrid Barrett chamber. I bought a red light bed. I bought another type of bed. I went to Japan and did stem cells multiple times. Yeah.
What's the most effective? Is it the stem cells?
What's the most effective? Definitely the stem cells is definitely the most effective. The gene therapy, in 10 years, it won't cost $1 million. It'll cost $5,000. It's only expensive because they produce very few therapies at this stage. Because only, 40 people in the world have done it. In 10 years' time, if it's everywhere, then it costs basically
They'll
nothing.
Commercialize it. There'll be competition.
Correct.
Yeah. And then so I think one thing you said was if you can just get through the next 10 years.
Yeah, if you can survive for the next 10 to 15 years and live well, you'll live well beyond 100 years of age. So don't drink so much piss, Jane.
Try.
No. But just stay well. But you're healthy generally.
And then so I think one thing that the misconception people are kind of why do you want to live to 150? Because why
wouldn't you?
But I think the point is I think one thing that I overhearing you and Robert talking about it, or just it's just the fact that you're at 120, but you're not in bed as a vegetable. You're more active. It's a longer.
You want vitality.
It's a good.
But let me ask you a question. Do you love your life?
Yeah, of course.
Correct. So if you could live your life for another 100 years with the same vitality you have now, would you do it? Yes,
of course. Well, I think I think the thing is, I think you probably have a lot of naysayers. On the one hand, it's because when people they're not doing it themselves. They don't want to be wrong. It's when you start a business, they don't want what you're doing to validate what they're not doing.
Yeah.
So that's one. But then the other hand is are you worried that if it's actually bad for you and you don't know? So it's every villain in Spider-Man, the lizard, he or I don't know.
You know what I mean? So if I do the gene therapy, am I going to
and then you turn into a giant monster.
Yeah. It could happen, but it's unlikely. But I know, there are naysayers who say, let God do his thing. I'm like, no. I'm going to let science do its thing. And with AI now.
No, I know. This is people who don't get epidurals when they have babies. I'm you're not going to get leg surgery and not get anesthesia. Why would you not get anesthesia when you're like getting a baby pulled out of you.
Yeah, I can't comment on that, but I'm pretty sure it'll be painful.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think with AI and what's happening in that space in terms of healthcare. So I think there's a clinic in London now that was created by Spotify. You go in there and it scans your entire body, and it can determine exactly what's wrong with you and give you solutions to fix it. Rather than taking a blood test, or it literally just scans your entire body. And the AI gives you basically a solution of how to fix it all. Like in the next 10 years, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cool. So I just think stay alive, look after yourself, and then you'll live well beyond 100 years of age.
Okay, so for people who are listening who wants like the easy wins, what are those things that people can do just to like...
Okay, easy wins. It's so bad. Like sleep, like get 8 hours of sleep, exercise daily, find a diet that's right for you. So for example, I don't eat gluten anymore because I just find gluten makes me inflamed. So yeah.
Maybe I should try the gluten.
Cut gluten out.
Because
Just
it's
try
like,
it.
it's everywhere now.
It's everywhere.
Gluten-free, yeah.
Yeah, so no gluten, and like things like I go bare feet every single morning in the sun on my front lawn.
What's that good for you?
Great for, like, it's grounding. So basically the theory is the earth has negative ions that basically help charge your body. So I do that every morning for 10 minutes or 20 minutes if I've got time. Get some sun in the eyes, and I just hang out on the front lawn. Just do that. Yeah, just basic stuff.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the most entry-level thing that I could do if I just splurge a little to be living longer?
So spend a little bit of money.
Oh, yeah.
Do red light. So red light therapy. So if you can, in our clinic, we've got a red light bed. People lie in there for 10, 20 minutes, and it completely recharges your body.
Right.
Yeah. Have you seen those red light caps?
Yeah, I
People
think
put
so.
on their head,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
helps
yeah.
regrow their hair.
Right.
So I
Is it those LED masks that influencers
yeah, exactly
have?
the same.
Right.
Yeah. So I was going bald on the top of my head 8 months ago. It's all grown back now
Wow.
from the red light cap. It definitely does work.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the clinics.
So I've got a clinic in Melbourne, basically does your blood testing, your biological age, genetic testing, and then from there we can see exactly what's wrong with you and what's right with you. And then we give you protocols. So it could be supplementation, diet, red light therapy, hot and cold therapy, hyperbaric chambers. It does all that. So you come in there and then basically you see, what's wrong, what's right, and give you a solution to fix it all.
Yeah. What's it called?
It's called Super Young.
Oh.
Yeah, you do it to lose money. Like literally, it's a complete passion project. It's burning cash.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God.
yeah. You don't do these clinics to make money.
Right. Really?
No, it burns cash.
Oh.
Because we're trying to make it accessible for everyone.
Yeah.
So we're not expensive. So we want the everyday Joe Blow to come in, do the testing, and then hopefully feel better from it all.
Yeah. But I guess like you're in this space early. So when the right cash cow comes along, you're the first one.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, I don't think. I think to really make money in this space, you need to get into the AI healthcare.
What's AI healthcare?
Like basically using AI to determine exactly what's wrong with you.
Right.
Like that's where it's all headed. There's an app now where you can scan your entire body and it gives you solutions to fix certain conditions.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Oh my God. Waldy's always, this is joked about that his mom's going to be like, she's like a GP. She's like, and he's like, you just regurgitate knowledge. You're going to get replaced by AI soon.
It is. No, that literally. The standard GP in, I think in 20 years will be potentially replaced. Or they'll have like a kind of the head GP and then AI underneath it.
Bots. Everyone's replaced by bots.
It's all going to change. It's crazy. So your partner, is it Waldy?
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
He's poor mum. So, okay, well, I've got some Shark Tank questions for you, which you're probably sick of them now because we're doing a lot of PR today.
No, that's all cool.
But you give me the honest answer. So, what did you think? Just
what did I think of Shark Tank?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. When they asked me to do it, I'm like, finally I've got the call up. 'Cause I love Shark Tank, just generally the show. And I've been watching it for years. And then when they asked me to do it, I'm like, this is going to be awesome. It's only 10, like, not sure we can say the time, 10 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
10 days of filming, but it's 100% legitimate. Like it's not storyboarded. It's real pictures, invest in our own money. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's not like, because I know a lot of reality TV shows, it's reality, but then they go, say this again, say that again, blah, blah, blah. They literally, the only thing you ever, like...
It's legit.
Yeah, once a day, someone might be like, you slur that sentence, you talked over each other, just say exactly what you said before.
Yeah.
But it's never like, nothing is scripted. It's all 100% legit.
What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, I love it. It's so fun.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually an honor to be part of it.
Yeah. And like, I'm so honored to be part of it. It's like the coolest show. And I'm literally like, I don't know if you can see me when I'm like, because we're quite
You're down the other end.
We're down the other end. But sometimes I'm just like watching like a tennis match. I'm like, oh my God, this is so intense. I can't believe it's happening.
Yeah. Especially when it's you want to win the deal and like you're going against all the other sharks. I'm like, oh, I want to beat you.
Yeah.
It gets competitive. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I absolutely adore show.
And then what did you think of all the sharks versus what they actually are in person?
Like we've never crossed paths before Shark Tank, but I've heard about you because we came in the same era in business.
Yeah.
Everyone was very friendly because obviously I came in and replaced someone, and then Maxine came in and replaced someone. You guys were very warm and welcoming to us, very friendly. And then, but when the show is on, when we're doing it, it's every man and woman for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everyone for themselves. No, it was great. Maxine was amazing as well.
She was so good.
Yeah.
Especially because I forget that like you've been on TV before, but she hasn't.
She was a duck to water though.
She's just very. She just has such a good presence.
Very
and she's very
poised.
articulate, very poised. Yeah.
So,
which is good to have that energy when I'm like, da.
yeah. And then Dave, he's a weapon at
wise
e-commerce.
beyond his years.
Yeah, he's like an old soul.
Yeah.
I was like the kid. He's like, mate, you're younger than me, but I'm more immature than
But
you.
that's your biological age.
Yeah.
You're younger than Davey. Yeah.
No, he's very knowledgeable in e-commerce. Like he's very good at it.
I think we're like,
But
it's
you-
like
you
reverse
both are.
aging. Also, Robert's down like super young as well. We're like, we're the kids down the end as well.
But you can tell Robert's a seasoned veteran in Shark Tank. Like he's just great on camera.
Yeah.
And when he goes on a monologue.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He has a spark in his
Yeah, I
eyes.
know.
We're all joined in. We're like, yes, Robert.
No, I just sit back and go, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Let Robert go on his
Have the
monologue.
popcorn.
Yeah. No, but it was awesome. Yeah, cannot fault it.
And so what do you think makes a good pitch?
Oh, geez. You got to know your numbers, as you know, because we found a few pitchers didn't know their numbers. Someone that's very confident, well-spoken, rehearse their pitch, has a good track record, ideally. So they've got revenue for at least 3 years with consistent growth. I think it's important because if they've gone up and then it's going down, there's a few concerns there. And someone who presents well, just looks the part as well. I think someone who's got, like, we can't mention the pictures, can we?
No.
But there was a few pictures on there that just had really consistent growth. I'm like, oh, I want a piece of your business.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Numbers talk, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's like sometimes you're like, and then they throw in their numbers. And you're like, oh, wow. Okay. And then what do you think out of all the investments, because you've invested in other businesses as well.
Yeah.
What do you think is commonalities that you find in bad investments?
Oh, geez, I've done a lot of bad investments. Oh, man, I've done so many bad investments. When I invest in businesses, I don't understand industry. So I've invested in restaurants. And I also invested in a founder who didn't have any experience in restaurants. So I lost $1 million on that.
Oh, wow.
Dumb. So dumb. I've invested in a casino in Nepal, and gambling is illegal in Nepal.
Oh,
So, but what the theory was that people will cross the border from India and go gamble. But the challenge I had, the founder of the casino wasn't based in Nepal. He was based in Hong Kong. So he was never there running the business.
right.
So I lost about $2 million on that.
Oh, my God.
I've done some shockers.
Oh, my
I've done
God.
shockers. But it's always the person driving the business. Like
Yeah.
the founder or founders, I'm sure you can agree.
Yeah.
If they're an absolute muppet, its business is going to tank no matter what. I think you can make money in almost any industry if you're really good at what you do and you're determined. Like if you've got discipline and you're really going to put the work in, you can make money
Yeah.
doing anything.
Well, someone's going to do it.
Yeah, someone's going to do it. And I find if entrepreneurs overthink and don't get things done, it's not going to do well. Like, never overthink. Just make a decision. If it's the wrong decision, stop, fix it, do it again.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to work with speed. I think you agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, speed is, for me, critical in business.
Yeah. Have a bias for action because it's, it's all about like how quickly you can like pivot once you start and just, you're going to have to like keep moving.
Correct.
Yeah.
But if it's wrong, like, okay, let's just cut our losses, pivot, and then just go hard. I don't find the business, like there are guys who've been in business for 10 years, they've got 5 staff, and they always ask me, how do I scale? I'm like, you're the problem.
Yeah.
Because you're the one holding the business back. It's not anyone else. It's you. Like, and some people just haven't got it. Like, I don't think everyone can be an entrepreneur, and you wouldn't want to be. It's not for everyone. It's hard.
Oh, Nick's inspiring speech. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur.
No, but it's true.
No, it's true. It's true.
You know, it's true. Yeah, it's so true. So, but some people, they're not the entrepreneur, but they're really good at kind of supporting the entrepreneur. So they're the right-hand person, and they're just as valuable as the entrepreneur itself.
Yeah, and to be part of the journey, and then also you can be an entrepreneur within the company.
Yeah, or the fancy word, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Look at you, Jane.
But yeah, I think it's like everyone can have a crack, but also sometimes like people might be they love a craft. Like maybe you're a graphic designer. Yeah. You don't need to start a creative agency. You can be a freelancer, so you're not stuck doing the accounting and the sales.
And you can make money freelancing and make a really good income, especially these days with remote work. So it really depends what you want to do. I've got a guy in Melbourne who's my 2IC, and I just handle all the stuff to him. And without him, I would crash and burn. Like, you need people like that around you as well.
Yeah.
And I look after him financially. He's very happy. He knows he can't build businesses, but he knows that he's very good at this. Like at supporting someone like myself.
Yeah. And then without as much the risk.
Yeah, risk.
Because I think ultimately I think it's about how much you're willing to take the risk and bounce back. Because you're talking about these big losses, and I'm sure at the time they hit you hard, but you bounce back and you just keep moving.
You just keep
going
rolling on.
And you're more focused on like what's next.
But when you started, I'm sure you're the same. I didn't have kids. I didn't have a family.
Man, it's easier without the kids.
Yeah. Like if I had kids, a mortgage, would I start a business?
My risk profile now has changed.
Yeah, probably not. But I was in a share house by myself, like in a room by myself with no girlfriend or kids or anything like that. I'm like, what have I got to lose?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, when we both our first businesses failed, it was kind of like, all right, double or nothing.
Yeah. Like, who cares?
Yeah, throw the dice again.
What was your first business?
Pop-up stores inside bars.
I bet clothing.
Yeah.
Okay, inside bars.
Yeah, because it's like underutilized, so the rent is low, but it's high foot traffic areas because like you find a really popular bar location.
But so you're selling clothing in a bar?
Yeah, when it's like kind of empty during the day.
Okay.
So you're bringing them traffic, so they like it. So you're getting really low rent, but we're physically setting up every day. It's a terrible business model. It wasn't scalable at all.
But at least you learn from it.
But it kind of made me think about. So I actually tried to turn that business online.
Yeah.
That business partner didn't want to do it, and then so she refused to look at this website I built, and we folded that business down. And then I started Shofo.
I was buying some stuff from Shofo the other day. Your website is very, very good.
Oh, really?
Whoever designed it and built it. I was buying some things for my daughters, and I was like, this website's so well done.
Oh, thank you. I'm always I'm glad. Thank you, Shofo team. I'm always screenshotting like, that doesn't work. Look at this error.
I'm saying, but like it's such a smooth process, and even when the package arrives, it's very nicely done. It's nicely packaged. I'm like, you're a good operator.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, no, you can always tell someone who's a very good operator because every detail has been.
Schmick.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, this actually brings us perfectly to our next segment where we will help this other business become a good operator.
I'm a personal trainer specializing in exercise for pregnancy and postpartum recovery. I've recently launched an exercise program that's online and for new mums, and the price of the online program I believe is competitive and meets the needs of my customer, but it's not really getting many sales. I've just started running ads for my online program, and ironically, it's resulted in an influx of mums applying for face-to-face personal training rather than signing up for my online program. I would love your input on how I can gain more traction with my online program and increase my sales, and any feedback you might have. Thank you so much.
My question to Sarah is, what's your unique selling point? Like, what's different about your app compared to other apps. For example, there's a lot of apps being released with, I hate to say it again, AI. Now you can scan your entire body and see what's wrong with you. That's a unique selling point. I'm like, that attracts me. The reason I know about it, my wife downloaded an app. She scanned her entire body. It's given her a regime to improve her overall health.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I think to really make, to have cut through these days, you need to do something like that. Otherwise, you're going to get lost in the millions of other apps out there.
The website looks pretty good. Like, there's not like any major changes. It's kind of it's clear on what it's selling. It's from a user experience, like UX, CRO perspective, like it looks good. So, but it's obviously not converting. So I was going to actually suggest, like, because she does have these customers, she has potential people that to actually interview. Actual potential customers. And then they say, like, you just need 7 people to interview before you reach any number that is of anything actionable and trustworthy.
What do you mean interview though? To get ideas?
Just to, or like even go on usertesting.com
Gotcha. Yeah,
just to actually see why
good.
people are not converting.
Yeah.
Because maybe if you can see why it's not converting, then you can basically, I think you need to build a big social platform. Or to do, like, you have organic social or digital marketing for it to scale and grow. But if the website's not converting, then you're just like feeding people into it and it's not going to convert. So figure out why it's not converting. And from what I can see, I can't see anything obvious. So like, actually, let's go ask the customers. And I'm suggesting 7 as a minimum for anything actionable and trustworthy. And then I do think, looking at her social media, I was going to say that also has not necessarily a clear USP. Like, there's so many fitness.
There's so many out there.
Yeah. And so, yes, there's like these great exercises that she's telling you, but it's like, what makes this one, like, I want to save your exercise routine and like save it for later to do. So like copying someone else's inspo, making it her own, but like actually going viral, because nothing is going viral. So nothing is like really having that reach. So like, there's, trying to actually just build a community online.
So there's 2 parts to this. Building the brand.
Building the brand, that's right.
Via social media. So basically having content go viral, which I think is critical. Without that, it's not going to happen. And 2, refine your unique selling point. If you get those things sorted, you're going to get more traction with it. At the moment, I'm like, it's lost because there's so many out there. Like, there's going to be a lot of work to make that happen, but you've just got to be consistent posting content, make the content unique. I wouldn't throw money at it yet. I wouldn't do Google ads or Facebook ads, because I think, like you said, if you're throwing money at the website and it's not converting, you're just going to burn cash. Like, really get your socials pumping and then refine your unique selling point. And once you're happy with it and it's converting, then start doing the Facebook ads and the Google ads. That's how I play it.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Sarah.
Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps.
It helps. I mean, it's a great, it looks like a great business. So like, I think it just, something needs to like just unlock that.
Apps are a tough business though. Like I find apps, because I have a company that builds apps, and the amount of people come to us saying, I'm going to make $1 million from this app. I'm like,
well, I think it's more like an online course.
Is it an app or an online course?
It's like online platforms where you can build courses and then they provide the app.
Got you.
So the app is just like a part of the platform.
But you still need to get cut through.
So she's put together the program.
Yeah, but you still need to get cut through for that app. So you still need to get your brand out there.
Yeah.
So I think, like as you mentioned earlier, just do socials. I wouldn't throw money at it. And it also depends on your budget. If you've got squillions of cash, throw some money at it. But if you haven't, just do social media content.
So Nick, do you have your 2 truths and 1 lie? Our final segment.
Yes. So 3 things. I grew up on a farm. I really dislike animals. And I prefer the beach over the farm.
Farm or city? No, that's a lie.
Both.
So I know you grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like animals or not, because whenever they had dogs, like in Shark Tank, Robert is just so
he loves dogs.
So like all over the animal that I can't even know what else is happening. So
I don't even bother trying to even get in there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the last one.
No, I adore animals, so that's the lie.
Yeah.
I love the beach.
Oh, you love the yeah. Oh, wait, that
I
does
see.
make sense.
I
Yeah.
keep it super simple so you wouldn't guess.
Yeah.
But no, I grew up on a farm. Of course, I love animals.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, you did leave also.
Actually, let's do it for you though. Let's do 2 truth, 1 lie.
Oh my God, no, they're really hard to think on the
Go
spot.
on the spot.
Okay, I've won an award for basketball. I've won an award for calligraphy, and I've won an award for dancing.
Oh, these are good. Oh,
I actually just know how I could have made this better. I could have made this better.
no, it's good though. I think I haven't seen you dance yet. But basketball, couldn't see you playing basketball. So I think the basketball was a lie.
Wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually won best and fairest of basketball in the year 2000 because in the B team. And I think I just got a default vote because everyone else hated each other. So I just like probably got 2 votes. It was a vote. It
What was
wasn't
the
like
lie?
the lie is the calligraphy. I also got some leadership in dance awards. So random.
I would have said that. Oh, there you go.
I should have done public speaking because that as also likely, but then that might be because I've never done public speaking in school. It seems like I might.
It's a great skill, public speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get my daughters to do it.
No, definitely. I wanted to do things like debating at school. It would have been so good, but I didn't have the confidence back then because I had a fear
Yeah,
of
I
failure.
didn't have the confidence either to do it then. So it's how things change, huh? Here we are.
Yeah, exactly. So don't, back yourself. But final question is, what's the best piece of advice that you've received?
Something we said earlier, and the advice was from Grant Cardone. And he said to me, always show up. No matter if you're sick, hungover, always show up. And I was like, I took that advice on board because sometimes I'm like, I might skip this podcast, for example. And I'm like, no, Nick, always show up. And it's been a game changer for my life. You?
Yeah. A best piece of advice?
Yeah, best piece
All
of
right.
advice.
It's actually, this is one from Waldy. You're not special.
Oh, that's a slap in the face.
It's because I used to be like, oh, I can't do this. I can't, oh, it's too hard, blah, blah. He's like, why the do you think you're special? If other people can do it, you can do it too. So just get on with it.
Okay, so when you put it in the right context, I understand.
I'm full of like the lazy CEO. I'm full of like juxtapositions. Well, okay, yay. We're going to get ready because we've got press today. We've got Shark Tank coming. We're going to make ourselves pretty. Thank you so much for joining me.
No, that was awesome. Thanks
Good
for
to
having
be
me.
like on the couches with you again.
Yeah, it's a comfortable couch as well.
Yeah, awesome.
I want that couch next time.
Yeah, next time. Overthrow me.
Thanks, Jane. That was good.
Thank you. Yay.
Awesome. Thank you.